Hello, all. It's good to be back together with you. In the past few weeks, I've spoken more and more about the mind-body aspect of weight loss. And what's becoming more and more apparent to me is the fact that emotional issues that people grow up with, added to the fact that within the few first hours of life, food is used for comfort, dieting becomes a taboo word. We can talk about it in generalized terms, but we can't talk about it in personal terms. I can talk about food, but when it comes to my dieting, I can't really talk to you about it because it interferes with how life goes on. I can't go to lunch with you. I can't go to dinner with you. I can't eat what you're eating. You can't eat what I'm eating. I'm restricting myself. And the stories are universal. The biggest thing is to understand that those of you who are watching me today are watching me because in your own personal life, you have had a problem with food. That problem has caused you to become overweight, and it's been a merry-go-round of gaining and losing and gaining and losing. And when we talk about dieting and weight loss, we have to be very careful about what it is that we say. I've also pointed out that as far as addiction is concerned, I believe that Alcoholics Anonymous is the best program in the world. And one of two reasons, and there are many more, that I believe that is the fact that, number one, when someone goes into an AA meeting, they can look around the room and they know that everyone in the room and everyone in the room knows that everybody is a sinner. And if we're all sinners, there's nothing to hide, which is what a wonderful, relaxing relief that is. Number two, Alcoholics Anonymous asks you, if you're going to truly participate, to make a commitment. And the commitment you make is to go to 90 meetings in 90 days. You're investing of yourself. And in that investment, you're saying it's important enough to me, and I am important enough to me to invest my time and energy in going to a meeting. How wonderful. And that brings us back to what it is that I want you to begin to think about. What is it that, generally speaking, when we talk about dieting and weight loss, personal admissions are difficult because we feel shame or we feel ashamed, as though there's something wrong with us. It has nothing to do with right or wrong. It has to do with the fact that all of us want to have our needs met. And the truth is, when I eat something of choice, it feels good. And what's wrong with eating something of choice? There is nothing wrong. The key is to recognize that nothing is free. Nothing is free. So that if I decide I'm going to indulge, I have every right to do so, and I have every right to enjoy my indulgence. But I have to accept and recognize that I'm going in some way, shape, or form to have to pay for that indulgence. Now, if I ignore the indulgence, the payment is that I will gain weight. If I act in some manner to address the indulgence, then I'm taking something on, and I have to be in line with, I have to be congruent with, I have to agree to, because if I don't agree, then I'm in conflict with myself. With that as background, I'd like to point out that in the last few weeks, more and more people coming into the office are willing to share their pressures, their tensions, their conflicts, their guilt about eating, how they eat, when they eat. And as they do so, they have begun to use the magic protocol. Now, the reason for the magic protocol is very simple. You cannot say no and at the same time be successful. Why? Well, let me use Major League Baseball as an example. A batter who hits 300 is worth 7 figures. And that batter makes out 7 out of 10 times. When it comes to dieting, if we make out 7 out of 10 times, we're in trouble. So you cannot say no and be successful. The magic protocol, when applied properly, acts as the protection for you. Because when you admit openly that you want to indulge, then you acknowledge everything that goes along with it. The second step is to do 3 Qigong breaths. They center you, they focus you, they relax you, and they stop you. And the most important thing, the Qigong breathing will only take place when the person inside my head tells this person on the outside, do it. And when I do it, I recognize, 1, I'm doing it, and number 2, that I have the power within myself to do it. Third step is with the substitute. I'm recognizing I want that indulgence, but it's not good for me right now. And if I indulge right now, I'm only going to have a momentary respite. But if I put these candies in my mouth, the taste of those candies will cause anything else that I put in my mouth to taste terrible. And so I won't indulge. Problem. The instant I agree to put the substitute in my mouth, I'm giving up control. I have no control. And many people have a difficult time giving up control until I recognized that I gave up control to get control. Because in the exact same instant that I put the candies in my mouth and could not indulge, made it impossible to indulge, I got what I really wanted. I wanted the indulgence only for comfort, for some gratification. But when I gave up control, I got the gratification because you know something? I like feeling good. I like looking good. And you will too. But, and remember the word but, it negates everything that went before. I love you, but. I want to be your friend, but. Let's get rid of the word but. When you agree that you're important enough in your own life, and we're all going to be joining together in celebration. See you soon. Talk to you soon.